Congress is historically unpopular. Now, Congress always has sort of a popularity problem, but new polling from Gallup shows 10% of adults in America surveyed approve of Congress. 86% disapprove, tied for the highest mark in the poll's 50-year history. Ouch. Political panel time. Democratic strategist and executive vice president for public affairs at Third Way, Matt Bennett, Republican strategist and former national press secretary for Republican National Senatorial Committee, T.W. Arrighi. It's good to have you both here.
Good to be here.
Okay, we all know Congress is unpopular. Do these numbers suggest anything for the midterms that is relevant to you, Matt?
Yes. It's never good for the party in power to have incumbents be super duper unpopular. And as the late, great John McCain used to say, this is basically just staff and immediate family.
Right.
Group.
That's in the approval category.
Exactly. I'd like to meet the people in the 10%. Like, who are you? So, yeah, it's good for Democrats. I mean, it's bad for the country, but politically it probably helps party out of power that Congress is so hated.
Yeah, I would agree with all of that. One of the problems that we're facing that's feeding this unpopularity is dysfunction at large. A lot of that has to do with the thin margins that we have in the House and the fact that the Senate has its own challenges with the filibuster. It's part of the reason why the redistricting debate is so hot right now. None of this is leading us, especially since we're even Steven, it looks like, leading us to a brighter future.
Talking about redistricting, how do you evaluate what happened in Virginia yesterday in the Commonwealth?
Well, I think the map that was drawn is an abomination and an insult to the American voter. Just by the numbers, it runs laps around any perceived unfairness of the Texas map. But this is an OG American problem. We have been dealing with this since 1812 and Eldridge Gary in Massachusetts. This has plagued us for a long time. Obviously, this is unique in that it's in the middle of a decade. But look, I think the margins that the Republicans had were good. The no vote, overperformance from 2024. There's some signs there that the American people aren't too happy with the left's response to President Trump either.
Special elections are always squirrely, Matt, and we are often cautioned, wisely so, to not overread any particular outcome. And the advertising did seem to cut against Democrats. There is a history in Virginia of approving a bipartisan commission, going through the legislative and constitutional amendment process. This was upsetting all of that.
It was. I voted for it. I live in Virginia, and I really wish I didn't have to. I mean, my view is Trump started this with a mid-decade redistricting in Texas. Say what you will about the margins. No one was asking for this, and Trump made the people of the legislature in Texas do this, and that drew the response in California and Virginia, and now we're seeing it elsewhere, Florida maybe. This is terrible. This is not how the system should work. Redistricting should happen once every decade after the census and no more, and it should be done by commission the way it's supposed to be done. Democrats would be happy to sign on to a bill saying that's how it has to happen nationally.
There's a debate tonight, televised, 90 minutes, for 6 candidates running for governor in California. Interestingly, 2 Republicans will be on stage and 4 Democrats will be on stage. Usually you see one party scrap at a debate and another party scrap at a debate. Because California has the top 2 get to the general, they're both there. It's a bipartisan debate. How do you assess where the governor's race in California is, T.W.?
My first knee-jerk reaction looking at the Democratic side of the ledger is it's an incredibly weak bunch. I thought Eric Swalwell was a very weak front runner. I didn't find him remarkably impressive. I don't think his legislative career is impressive. I think he fell butt backwards into that. And then you have what? We're talking about Tom Steyer, a perennial also-ran who just happens to be rich and sort of getting these anti-billionaire groups endorsement. You have Katie Porter herself, who has a number of her Oppo files about this big and is on the far left of the party. I just wonder where that next person is. Maybe it's Javier Becerra. Maybe it's the mayor of San Jose, Matt Mahan, who seems to be getting no traction because the base of the party and the will of the party is very far to the left.
Matt, how do you evaluate this?
It's not great. Our field is not great.
Define for my audience, good sir, what not great means.
Would be better if we had a real dominant front.
Let me put it to you this way. Should Kamala have run?
Yes.
And when she didn't, she sort of created this soupy broth of not very exciting Democrats.
100%. I don't know who I'd vote for if I lived there. maybe Matt Mahan, he's my kind of guy, but you're right. He's not getting much traction. No one's ever heard of him. He's the mayor of a smaller city. I don't know what's going to happen. A Democrat will make it into the final two. A Republican might also. And that is a race we could lose, which is a stunning situation.
Talk to me, TW, about Steve Hilton and the Riverside County Sheriff, Chad Bianco, both of whom have been on this program.
Yeah. Look,
Trump's endorsed Hilton.
Right. And I think Trump partially endorsed Hilton in an effort to make sure that one of the two got on, not knowing Swalwell was going to implode like that. And I think he was trying to get out in front of it. Now, obviously, we have the back and forth of whether or not he should have accepted it. Steve Hilton's a savvy guy. Say what you want about his policy. The savvy guy. Spent a lot of time in media.
Very TV friendly.
Very TV friendly.
That was British and American politics.
And British English. No,
a lot of Britishisms.
Yes, exactly. Well, hopefully there's a lot of Anglophiles in California.
A lot of them in Rehoboth Beach.
Chad Bianco is not as well known. But that
he tries to be very close to the MAGA base in California Republican politics.
Yes, but here's the problem that the Democrats are going to have. I do not see Katie Porter or Tom Steyer or former Secretary Becerra getting out of the race. I think the egos and the amount of money that's behind them is too much. And that right there spells disaster. And it'll be interesting to see how the Republican fold operates if Steve Hilton wants to coalesce. Or does he want Bianco to get a little love?
Matt, just give 30 more seconds on why you think it's possible, theoretically, for a Republican to win this.
Because of that. I mean, the vote could splinter. We could end up with a very weak nominee. I hope, nominee, final two.
Right.
I think if it's Becerra, we'll be okay, but
Matt,
Porter, tough.
TW, appreciate it. Thanks so much.